Gosh, man, you know, normally for Vegas topics, I like to go out there and make fun of the team a lot. I know a lot of people, Vegas fans specifically, don't like me and my channel because I kind of portray their team this way, but it's like, I mean, I'm just kind of being genuine to how I personally feel about everything, right? So, if you don't like it, that's fine. I'm not gonna go out there and try to give you reasons to like me or not, but like, when it comes to Vegas topics, we normally take the piss out of them, right? I think everybody kind of is familiar with that type of pattern, but for this specific topic, man, I don't want to do that. I feel bad. I feel really bad, actually. I know we've been talking about second overall pick Jack Eichel and his entire curse that's followed him around from Buffalo to Vegas. It's crazy how that curse is still alive and thriving, apparently. But in this video, we're talking about yet another Vegas Golden Knights player who happens to be a second overall pick, who was acquired in a pretty big trade, and who is going to be on the LTIR once again. We're talking today about Nolan Patrick, ladies and gentlemen. Gosh, I feel so bad for this guy. I really do. Okay, maybe I shouldn't be feeling bad for players that are making millions and millions of dollars, but like, hear me out over here. Nolan Patrick is in the news because we had ourselves an article on the Las Vegas Sun a few days ago on August 12th, going over the Golden Knights and their entire situation with the goaltending. The article is titled, Thompson's Time? The Golden Knights are short on options with Robin Lehner out, and the article will be linked in the description if you want to go ahead and read the piece. But I don't want to talk about anything Robin Lehner or Logan Thompson in this video today. Instead, we're going over onto what the article says about Nolan Patrick, a former second overall pick and a Philadelphia Flyers top prospect that a lot of people were expecting to be the first overall pick in the 2017 draft. Now, he missed out on the majority of his draft season in 2016-17 with injury, and so heading into the actual draft event, he got selected second overall behind Nico Hischier. He made the NHL right away, posted up 2 straight 30-point seasons in 73 and 72 games played each, and then he missed the entire 2019-20 season. Now, his injury concerns have been documented ever since his draft year. He has never been the healthiest of healthy when it comes to actually being available for his hockey team. A lot of Flyers fans would go out there and say that even though the Flyers were patient with Nolan Patrick, and even though they did give him ample time to recover and return to form, when he was playing with Philadelphia, even after he recovered from that travesty 2019-20 season wherein he played 0 games, he still wasn't really all too great. This is why we had ourselves some trade speculation, some ideas thrown around there that said, hey, Nolan Patrick kind of wants out. He wants a new opportunity. He wants a new start somewhere else. And even though he did actually, quote-unquote, become healthy again, migraine issues really do suck, and it's definitely not one of those things where it's like, okay, you're recovered from your migraine issues and then you're good to go forever. Like, I definitely do think there are some lingering side effects that probably plagued his game for a bit. And as a result, after he got traded to the Vegas Golden Knights in what was a 3-way trade between Vegas, Philadelphia, and Nashville, a lot of people, myself included, were kind of saying, okay, let's just see where this goes, because obviously, the reputation is that Vegas gets all the good players all the time, Pietrangelo, Eichel, Stone, Pacioretty. And now you have Nolan Patrick, who is a younger guy. I mean, back when the trade was made, he was 22 years old, but he was supposed to be a second, first overall-ish caliber player. Back in the 2016 draft, when Austin Matthews was selected first overall, a lot of people were saying, yeah, that Nolan Patrick dude and Brandon, WHL, he's going to go first overall next year. And that didn't happen. And he wasn't playing in any respect like a first or a second overall caliber player should probably be able to play. He was completely outshined by the guys that went immediately after him in 2017 too. Miro Heiskanen, Cale Makar, and Elias Pettersson were all picked after Nolan Patrick in that order, and so for Nolan Patrick heading over to Vegas, I was kind of saying, okay, I hope they're able to go out there and actually use this guy properly, because he's got a pretty cheap contract. I mean, $1.2 million a season till the end of 2023. It's definitely not bad, coming off of your entry-level deal, but you still gotta show off a lot more, Nolan. He definitely had not been at the same level that we thought he would be at this point back when he was drafted in 2017. And so now we go over onto what the Vegas Sun, or the Las Vegas Sun, excuse me, is saying about Nolan Patrick. It's widely expected that Patrick will also wind up on the LTIR due to an ongoing upper body issue that had been troublesome since early last season. Darn it, dude, he's still not healthy? Like, I know we just made the last video about Vegas on this channel, about how Robin Lehner is going to be placed on the LTR for the entire season, and how that's the Eichel curse coming back and haunting everybody. But like, with Nolan Patrick, it's kind of different because this guy has been injured so much ever since he was drafted, missed out an entire year due to migraines, and now he's out again for the same thing, or a problem that had been persisting in his upper body since the beginning of last season? I don't know about you, but I feel really bad for this player that was supposed to be a top-tier NHL talent and has just gotten the short end of the stick every single time. Let's go over onto the Our Hockey subreddit and read what some of the comments here have to say. True North Strong 1898 says, I feel so bad for the guy. Another promising career that will likely be ruined by injuries. Kinda reminds me of Cody Hodgson. Now, that's a pretty good comparison. Cody Hodgson was a former Vancouver Canuck that scored a beautiful goal in Game 8 versus Boston in the 2011-2012 season. The next comment over here from Mr. Happy Gilmore says, this poor kid has had the worst health history I've seen for a high pick, I swear. Has he ever had a full season played? I can't imagine how hard his health is on him mentally besides the head issues. I'm sure he just wants to play and prove he's worth a second overall, but just can't stop having dudes ramming his head into the fourth row. Vegas Lonnie says, yeah, I figured when the GM said they were just trying to get him back to feeling normal in his regular day-to-day life before they worried about his progression back to hockey. That's brutal, man. And it gets back to the point where if your migraines or your concussion issues are so bad to the point that you can't live your regular day-to-day life outside the rink properly, like, man, that sucks. It really does, and it's like, I feel so bad for a guy that was probably working so hard to get to this point, and you remember everything that we were talking about back in 2015, 2016, oh, this Nolan Patrick dude, he's gonna be first overall, he's gonna be first. Imagine hearing that ever since you're like 16, 17 years old. Okay, I'm the bee's knees, I'm gonna go first overall in 2017, I just gotta go out there and I gotta work. And then you miss out on the majority of your draft season. Due to injury, you go to second. Okay, great. You're still second. You're still taken in the top of the draft, and you make the NHL right away. And then you get concussed, and you come back after a year's worth of migraine issues, and you're not that good anymore. You get 9 points in 50 games. Like, there were already a few red flags showing when Nolan Patrick came back that maybe this guy just wasn't really fully recovered and becoming the best version of himself because of the injuries, but like, now he's in Vegas, he gets another chance, another opportunity, and boom, he's on the LTIR again for another long amount of time because the team is still trying to help him get back to his regular day-to-day life properly. Talk about bad luck. Talk about a curse. Hey, maybe it's not even Eichel that's the guy that's getting cursed. Maybe it's Nolan Patrick here. I don't want to go out there and trivialize the entire idea of him going through another injury, but like, Jack Eichel has had a curse of him playing on bad teams and being a good player that is losing all the time. Nolan Patrick has just been cursed with the very unfortunate luck that he's been dealt the past few years as well. So, for me personally, I definitely do want to see Nolan Patrick become a star at the NHL level just to save face that he was drafted ahead of Heiskanen, Makar, and Pettersson. But the way things are going right now, it's really tough to believe that that's going to be the case, man. I just hope he's able to go out there and live properly, you know, walk properly, go down the street, maybe ride a bicycle properly, because if the NHL team and the GM themselves are already saying, yeah, we just hope he's able to go back to regular day-to-day life before focusing on hockey, like, that's some pretty harsh luck dealt at the hands of Lady Luck there, isn't it? So, talk to the comments on your thoughts about Nolan Patrick and where you see his career going from here. I hope you enjoyed this video, Juraj 99, and bye.